Hello everyone, myself Bhumi Patel, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control. Today's our topic is discrete time state space equation in the unit number 2, the continuous time state space system to the discrete time state space system. In this last session, we will study about the discrete time state space equation, and then we have to find the equation of the G and H. So the next is discrete time state space equation. We have to consider the following state model of the discrete linear time invariant system: x of k plus 1, that is equal to G x of k plus h u of k. As we discussed in the last session, what is the equation of the G and what is the equation of the h. In the continuous time system, we will deal with the matrix A and B. So what is the equation of the continuous time system? It is the x of k plus 1 or x of k, that is equal to A x of k plus B u of k. Okay, now we will deal with the discrete linear time invariant system. So our equation will be like this. Okay, now next one is where we have to define the initial condition. So for this particular equation, the initial condition x of 0 and the u of 0 are known as the initial condition. Now substituting a is equal to 0 in this above equation, we can get x of 1, that is equal to G x of 0 plus h u of 0. Why we can putting k is equal to 0 in this equation? We have to find the general equation for this discrete linear time invariant system. For that, we have to apply the different value of k in this equation, and then we have to find the general solution of this discrete linear time invariant system. So first of all, we have to put k is equal to 0, and we can get x of 1 is equal to g x of 0 plus h u of 0. Okay. Now the next step is for k is equal to 1. So put k is equal to 1. We can get 1 plus 1. So x of 2, that is equal to g x of 1 plus h u of 1. Now next is what is the value of x of 1? So x of 1 is the g x of 0 plus h u of 0. So g into g x of 0 is become g square x of 0 plus g into h u of 0 plus h u of 0. Okay. So for k is equal to 1, we can get this type of equation. Now for k is equal to 2. So the equation will become x of 3, because k plus 1, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, is equal to g x of 2 plus h u of 2. Now as you know, what is the equation of x of 2? That is proven here. Here to put the value of x of 2 in the next equation, we can get g cube x of 0 plus g square h u of 0 plus g h u of 1 plus h u of 2. So whenever we put the different value of k, we can get this type of equation. And what is the output equation? Y of k, that is equal to 0 1 x1 of k. So x k plus 1 is our state equation and y of k is our output equation. So what is the general solution of this equation x of k? So x of k is the nothing but the g raised to k x of 0 plus summation of starting from I is equal to 0 to k minus 1 g raised to k minus 1 minus I h u of I. So in the general solution equation, we can put the different value of k and check that this type of equation is proper or not for the discrete time invariant system. So using this different value of k, we have to define the general solution equation for this particular equation. Okay. Now we have x of k has a two part. Which one two part? The first one is due to the initial state of x of 0. Here you can see that in the general solution two part, g raised to k x of 0, and the second part is g raised to k minus 1 minus I into x u of I. So the first part is due to the initial state x of 0, and the second part is due to the external input that is applied to the system, which is u of phi, where the I is varying from 0, 1 to up to k minus 1. So x of k will be depend on the two conditions, initial condition and the external input applied to the particular system. Clear? So here g raised to k is equal to phi of k. It is known as the straight transition matrix or the fundamental matrix. So in the every solution or the every example, we have to find the value of straight transition matrix. Clear? Now we have to consider a state equation as x k plus 1, that is equal to gx of k plus h u of k. Now the next one is taking z transform of the both sides in the state equation. So we can get z of x of z minus z of x of 0, that is equal to g x of z plus h u of z. Now here you can see that where x of z is equal to nothing but the z transform of the x of k, and u of z is nothing but the z transform of the u of k. Okay, so we can get z x of z minus g x of z is equal to z x of 0 plus h u of 0. So we are taking x of z as a common term in this bracket. Zi minus d is equal to z x of 0 plus h u of z. Clear? So what is the equation of x of z? X of z is equal to zi minus d inverse into z x of 0 plus zi minus d inverse plus h u of z. So in the example, if they will ask to find out the value of the x of z, so our first target is we have to find the value of zi minus d inverse. Okay. Now, taking the inverse z transform of the above equation, we can get what is the inverse of x of z? It is x of k. Now is equal to z inverse in this bracket, zi minus z inverse into z in bracket complete x of 0 plus zi minus in this bracket zi minus z inverse h u of 0. Now what is the inverse of zi minus z inverse into z? So simply we have to compare with the general form to this above equation. We can get x of k is equal to g raised to k x of 0 plus summation of I is equal to 0 to k minus 1 g raised to k minus 1 minus I h u of 0. We have to compare the last two equations. We can get g of k, g raised to k is equal to phi of k, that is the state transit matrix. How we can find the state transit matrix? Using this equation, z inverse in this bracket zi minus z inverse into z. Okay, so in this example they will given the value of z. So using the g matrix, we have to find the value of g raised to k, that is our straight transition matrix. And the other term comparison is summation of I is equal to 0 to k minus 1 g raised to k minus 1 minus I h u of phi, that is equal to this term z inverse in this bracket zi minus z inverse h u of z. Okay, so we need to know zi minus g inverse for the calculation or the solution of the state equation, and the state transition matrix phi of k can be calculated by these two methods. If they will ask in the question to find out the value of state transition matrix, so we have followed two methods. The first one is the g raised to k, that is the Cayley-Hamilton theorem, and the next formula is phi of k, that is equal to z inverse zi minus z inverse into z. So using any one method, we have to find the value of phi of k, and phi of k is nothing but the straight transition matrix. So in the every example, we have to find the value of zi minus z inverse whenever we deal with the discrete time state space equation. Okay, so in the next session, we will study about the different examples using discrete transition matrix equation. Thank you everyone.